What do you think? Can you undo Discord's magic?
No. Didn't we just shelve all the books in the library a few months ago?
Twilight reshelves the books only every few months.
Why, there must be at least 20,000 books to organize!
There are less than 250 books in this shot. Even if you multiply that to account for books on the other side of piles, or in other parts of the room, that's still nowhere near 20,000. Maybe you should read some books about numbers for a change, Twilight. Castle itself is a not-so-subtle inside joke Hasbro directed toward us.
All right. So it's been a little while since we've seen the sun.
Nightmare Moon approved. This episode expertly captures the awkward irritation of being left out of an inside joke. Unfortunately, that comes at the expense of the audience feeling awkwardness and irritation throughout the entire episode. Twilight's tail slices through her body.
Hey, no pony made you join me on my book sortation.
If you didn't want to sort books with me, you're welcome to sleep elsewhere.
Oh, I love her. Him.
Spike is cancelled for assuming pronouns.
Weren't you just with—
Hi, Twilight. Hi, Spike.
Okay, you know they're under Discord's spell because Fluttershy just cut some pony off. Oranges grow on trees, right? Does this count?
What's got you two in hysterics?
Don't you mean hysterics? She baited him with that one, but no pony bit. This is the point at which Twilight's denial of her jealousy turns into outward justification rather than the internal reflection required to understand and overcome her problem. This personality flaw of hers would have been overlooked and eventually forgotten if it wasn't for Discord's prodding. This episode is weird. Discord is bad. Twilight is stupid.
You thought our book sortation was fun?
Twilight is oblivious to Spike repeatedly saying how unfun that was.
I reckon you mean my sister Apple Bloom.
All you apples look the same.
That's Apple List.
It was a hoe snake.
In the seedier parts of Ponyville, every corner has a hoe snake.
We literally trotted for our lives.
Their lives were at stake, literally figuratively. Also, trotting is one of the slower gaits. Galloped or simply ran would work much better. Episode both makes the audience sympathize with Twilight's irritation about being left out of jokes while also having contrived references not everyone will be in on.
Time travel is not something to be messed with.
Firstly, you're one to talk, Twilight. Secondly, if actual time travel is possible, there's probably a non-intrusive spell for merely viewing the past. Better yet, just extract those memories directly. Memory magic makes many appearances in the show. No pony sees this bright purple mane and shiny optics contrasting against a green bush. Especially considering the entire bush appeared within the past few seconds.
When it comes to science, everything matters.
Does everything include non-repeatable anecdotes which are in opposition to the basics of scientific methodology? Or do you just throw around the word science to gain egghead cred? This table grows in size substantially. There are two menus here. Rarity picks one up, then the other vanishes.
It clashed with the font on the menus.
There's always that one friend when you go out to eat who has to talk about fonts. Twilight is holding these items before her horn has a chance to glow.
You weren't there observing us.
He makes a good point.
He might make a good point if he were talking about quantum physics, but when it comes to explaining a simple inside joke, he doesn't make a very good point at all. As soon as they get done reassuring Twilight after leaving her out of the fun, they immediately walk away laughing and leave her alone for no reason.
And you should just drop this whole thing and admit that you're a little jealous.
You know Twilight's in trouble when Spike is the voice of reason.
No glowing tushies here.
Pinkie Pie inspecting tushies is sin enough, but her rough handling of Fluttershy while not even touching any pony else is just cruel. Pinkie's throne changes to Fluttershy's. And no, it's not that Pinkie is simply sitting in the wrong seat, because it's normal in the very next shot.
What kind of fertilizer have you had your nose in, Twilight?
Applejack's revealing euphemism comes from experience on the farm.
You're accusing us of not being able to tell he was up to something.
They're all guilty of that. He's not exactly subtle about it. Shouldn't they be concerned about spilling a mysterious anti-magic liquid all over their magic map table? He's not gone. He's never gone. Discord's face glitch.
Like the ones at the Applejack farm.
The Applejack farm sounds like what Hasbro would call Sweet Apple Acres.
And you. Well, what's funny about spell?
Even Discord made more of an attempt to explain the inside jokes than this. It's especially surprising Fluttershy doesn't feel bad for him here. Twilight's looking at Discord one moment, then the next he's gone. Discord's therapeutic implications of making Twilight face her own insecurities without telling them to her outright is far too subtle for a kid's show. On an unrelated note, yes, I am running out of ways to compliment episodes under the guise of a sin.
I don't get jealous. I am not glum. I'm glad. I'm glad